Today's video is all about the blogging courses that I've taken in my blogging journey. So I have constantly taken courses throughout the last almost 5 years that I've had this blog, and I swear they are the reason why I was able to grow my website so much. I did film a similar video to this about 1.5 to 2 years ago, but 1.5 to 2 years changes a lot of things. So I think it's good for an update, and that video is on my main channel, not my blogging one. So it deserves a home on the blogging channel. It's something that we're asked about all the time, and I'm very opinionated about it. So I'm gonna go through every single course I've ever taken. I'm gonna do the good things about them, the bad things about them, whether I think they're worth it, they're not worth it, etc. Okay, so I'm going to go in order of all of the courses that I've taken, from like which ones I started with and then which ones I'm, continually bought. However, I do wanna say now I have some of my own courses. So I would definitely recommend checking them out. There's so many reviews for them, so read all the reviews. For all of these courses that I recommend or don't recommend, or any that I talk about, go do your own research, figure out if they're good for you. Some courses are good for people, some aren't. And reviews, just as like a consumer, I just like eat up reviews. And I think it's the #1 way to tell if something's gonna be good for you or not. So all of my courses have a ton of reviews, but the specific courses that I have are Perfecting Blogging, which goes over all of the SEO, my content calendar, how I do that, how I come up with blog post ideas, how I set up my blog posts, literally every single thing that's involved on like the website front of your business. Blogging is a strategy and a science. It is not just something that I randomly pull out and I'm like, today I want to write about kitchen decor. Like, no, not at all. There's so much that goes into it. So that goes over that entire process. Then we have Perfecting Pinterest, which Pinterest is one of the main ways that we get traffic to our website. In the beginning, literally like 75% of our traffic came from Pinterest. Now, because we're just more established, we were able to even it out a little bit, but Pinterest can be a bitch to figure out, and we've figured it out, and it's worked extremely well for us for the past 4 years. And so that course goes over that entire strategy. It's like so micro. All of our courses are so micro. And then we have our newest course, which is Perfecting Email. So that goes over our email strategy. I recommend that course to people that have their blogging strategy and their Pinterest strategy completely figured out already. So if you're a little bit more advanced, then you should take Perfecting Email, because it's complicated. It's very, very complicated. And you need people coming to your website for the strategy to work. So you need to be able to have readers already. But if you're at that point, the email strategy is, I already said it's very complicated. Okay, so enough with that. But if you're interested, the link is in the bio. And they're really helpful. Now let's go over the courses that I have taken. So I'm so strongly opinionated about courses, if you cannot tell, and I swear that courses are the reason that my website was able to grow so quickly. Because figuring stuff out and strategies out on how to work with analytics, the structure of things, like I said, it's a strategy doing a blog. It's not just something that you just do and have fun with. Like, it's fun, but like you have to know what you're doing. And so instead of spending months and months and months figuring out what to do with your platform, instead, whenever I was trying to learn something, I would go take a course on it from someone that was already extremely successful in it, so that I could learn their strategies, I could learn the background of it. It just taught me so much. And then I could take that knowledge and replicate it / adjust it for my own website and content. Instead of spending a year doing that, 6 months, a year figuring out on my own, I was able to take a course for 2 weeks and start implementing it. So by the time that it would have taken me, I was already making money from it a year later, So I think that courses are so huge. There's so many different price ranges of courses. If you can't afford courses, YouTube videos, there's so many YouTube videos out there. But for me, I would literally babysit extra just to pay for courses. Because they were so important, and I realized really early on how beneficial they were. First course that I ever took was Making Sense of Affiliate Marketing. This course is with a woman called her name is Michelle Schrader Gardner, and she was the first blogger, one of the first bloggers that I found who was making very substantial money on her website. So her course was going over affiliate marketing and how to properly link things. I don't even know the price range of it anymore. I want to say it's around $100, maybe $200. I don't really know. That course, if you have no knowledge, which I did not have any knowledge on affiliate marketing, is helpful. Now that I'm looking back at it, I think it is pretty basic, but there are things that she taught me in that course that I still think about every single time I like write a blog post. So just like little tidbits here and there. I think that it would be, if I had to do it all over again, I would instead get a course on SEO and like how to properly set up your blog for SEO, which is my perfecting blogging course. But again, do your research on other courses too. I think that would have been better for me in the long run. Okay, so making sense of affiliate marketing was the first one. I definitely didn't hate, like I liked it. Like if you want a course on affiliate marketing, take this course. It's really, really good, but I wouldn't probably take it the first course if I had to choose. Okay, the next course I took was Pinteresting strategies. So that was to learn all about Pinterest, and I think that this course is very good. However, she manually pins, and I just do not have time to manually pin. And so again, I was able to take like little tidbits from it and implement it into my strategy, and like how now I've adapted my strategy a lot. But because she specifically manually pins, like I was a college student, and so I couldn't like every single day, I just didn't have the time to do that. I personally use schedulers to do all my pins, so that when after I'm done writing a blog post and make the pins for it, I can go schedule it out, and then I like never really have to think about it again type of situation, which works better for my lifestyle. All right, then we have the hardest hitter. So I mean, this still has to be a course. This was like back in 2018 when I was in the first year of blogging. This course was the it course. I don't know if it still is. I actually haven't heard anyone talk about it in a really, really long time. But this course is expensive, like $1,500. So this was I was really, really broke back in college. So this was such a thought out purchase. I saved up for months. It only comes out one time a year, so I was able to kind of like know when I needed to save for, and I bought this course. Do I think it was worth it? I feel bad saying it, but no. Like I don't really know what I'm thinking back now at like strategies that I use from it, and I don't really know what strategies I use from it still today. But I think that course was more on like I'm doing this. Like if I'm spending $1,500 of this, like that could go to a tuition and a class for me. So if I'm spending the money on this, this is like a for real thing that I'm doing, and it's not play around money anymore. That's like legitimate expensive money. So that was probably the biggest thing that came out of that one. I don't know if I would recommend it. I think you could spend your money better, like way better actually. Okay, then we have List Love Masterclass. So List Love Masterclass I took when I was trying to figure out my email system. I think it's a really great course. Again, like I've adapted things, so I don't do what she does anymore, but it's the little tidbits that you can take from each of these courses and like the things that you learn that can just add to the overall knowledge of what you know for blogging. And so I think that's a really great course. Again, if you're looking for a course on emails, what I would recommend doing is, this course is by Jennifer Maker, and she does a ton of crafts. And so for her, like basically her email list in how she does her emails is she will take so she does a lot of like Cricut crafts that need templates. So basically that's how she gets people on her email list, is to get that template. Then she has like a craft library, and she does that type of thing. So that doesn't fully make sense for us because we're not doing a ton of crafts. Like we have very specific printables that we offer. So like the free printables library that she does and structures her really entire process around doesn't make sense for how we do it now. But if you have that type of blog, it would make complete sense. So that's where you should go and look at like, okay, perfecting email, like our course versus List Love Masterclass. You need to like go and research these courses to figure out like what makes sense for you. Same with the Pinteresting strategies, like look into it. If you have time to manually pin every single day, some people do, and some people prefer doing that. So that's where you can compare like for who it works for. I really did actually enjoy List Love Masterclass, and I give that a major thumbs up. Next, we have YouTube Takeoff. So YouTube Takeoff is very similar to, that's the same, it's by Jennifer Maker, so the same person that did List Love Masterclass. I think she was offering like a deal for previous members. I don't really know the situation on it, but I bought it and I took it. My take back on that is if you are looking just to start a YouTube channel and not a website, and you don't have any knowledge on SEO or websites, I think the YouTube Takeoff is such a good course for YouTube because it teaches you those like SEO stuff. But once you learn SEO for like a website, it's really able to be used on multiple different platforms. So my knowledge coming from knowing how the website works and how SEO works on the website, I was able to, or like I kind of knew everything that she was already teaching because it's super similar on like YouTube. But if you don't have that knowledge, then this course, and you're looking to start a YouTube channel, this course would be great for that type of situation. Okay, then we have Love Your List. So I would say that List Love Masterclass, which is the email course that I took and I talked about before, and then my email course that we just launched like 2 months ago, Perfecting Email, those are more similar in the fact that they are very much showing you how to set up your emails, how to do your tags, how to do sequences, how to come up with, like how to send out your first emails, like more on like the actual like email system. And Love Your List is more on the psychology on selling to your email list and how to talk to your email list. And so that's something that we struggled with like 2.5 years ago, is we had our email list set up and we were getting people on our email list, but we didn't necessarily know how to like talk with them and how to sell them things while still being helpful, and how to like literally just the psychology behind speaking with people and selling people. And so this was another big course purchase. This is not a cheap course. It's like, I think it was $700 when I bought it, and that was like 2.5 years ago, 2 years ago. Yeah, 2.5, I don't really know actually. It's kind of all merging. But I'm sure she's cranked those prices up since then. It is such a good course. It is so good. It like every single time, because like I'll retake it, I'll have Sarah retake it, and every single time that we retake it, we're like, she's just good. Like she is really, really good. But you have to have, she doesn't teach you how to like set it up. She teaches you more on like the speaking and like writing side of things. So that is all the courses that I've taken. And again, I think there's like so many different variables that go into it. I specifically, like from that is, I never took an SEO course and I had to self-teach myself all of that, which looking back now, like I don't think I realized how important it was in the moment. And now looking back, I'm like, why didn't you just take an SEO course as like literally the first thing that you did when you started a blog? Because it would just change everything. Like it just changes your entire mindset on starting a website and how you should do it. So that's what I would do. That's why I say I recommend perfecting blogging first of our courses if you're gonna do it, or find another SEO course, or just research a ton too. Like again, I believe in courses because I think they're like so helpful and dive like super deep and micro. And you can find a different ranges of purchases, and I think when you buy something, it becomes a lot more real. But if you legitimately don't have money, Google and YouTube are your best friend. So SEO, this is what I do first, SEO. Then I would do, I don't think you need this course, but I think if you have the money, do it. Then do something on like affiliate marketing. Then do something on Pinterest. I honestly would cut out the affiliate marketing and do the Pinterest first, because if you're not getting readers to your website, then the affiliate marketing doesn't really matter, because you need readers to your website to use affiliate marketing strategies. So I guess I would do SEO course first, then Pinterest course, then the Making Sense of Affiliate Marketing if you wanted to. Then I would do, once you have that established, like very, very, very much established, like there's gonna be a time frame in here, then I would recommend getting a course on emails. So, and then YouTube's like, if you wanna start implementing videos into your website or start a YouTube, then you could take the YouTube Takeoff. That is it for that video. I hope that was helpful. I just think before taking any courses, and also I like to see all the courses that other people have taken, it's interesting to hear different opinions. And I think it's interesting that now where I'm at in this stage of blogging to like go back and hear my opinions, because like when you're in the moment doing it, like you think that you need something and then maybe you don't actually need it, or like you don't think you need something and then you do actually need it. So I just think it's just a little helpful tidbit knowledge here and there. Make sure to subscribe to this blogging channel. I post a video every single week. Also subscribe to the newsletter. The newsletter is really my baby, and where I do all my top tips, and if there's any like sales on like different blogging products that I buy, I always put them in there. Little announcements, I don't know, it's just kind of like my hub where any single thing that I think that you should know about blogging and how to grow your blog and how to make money from your blog, I put it in there. So the link will be there down there for that, and then the link for all of these courses will be down below too. So hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you at next week's video.